Okay, this is a quick look at Tilde.coop.com. To start with, the correct way to do the languages is not like this. Makes it very confusing because you see who we are and you can read that, and you see services and you can read that, but then the word next to it you can't read. So you kind of have to think for a minute to figure out what's happening. The next thing is, this is the most important section on the whole page right here. This logo should be up here in the top. So if you take out so that you've got, when you translate a page, this is just in English, but I do have the Spanish version in here. You can just put a link and you just change the languages when you want to change it. I mean, this website right here is one I'm working on right now. Well, I guess it's not. So, okay, I took it offline when I was messing with that other thing. Okay, but you can change the languages so that you just have a button you click and you change the language. That way, while I'm talking, I will put this one back online so I can show you what I'm talking about. So these tools right here, and like I said, this is the most important section of the whole page. This is where your call to action should be. You should have an image here so that people can understand exactly what you're doing with the image. And then, and what does your title tags look like? Let's see, title, where is the title tag? Is that the title tag down here? Well, the title tag should be the first thing on the page, and the title tag should actually match this right here. That's for ranking purposes. Having both languages like this makes it confusing. It's killing your SEO part of it, because you want the search engines to understand what's going on, and doing both languages at the same time really makes it confusing. I would have my logo up here, call to action down here, but that's not what you asked, so I'll just show you. This tool right here catches about 20% of the ADA compliancy problems. So that means if this tool catches one thing, there's probably another 20% or 30% of things that it's not catching. People are getting sued for low contrast. This right, I mean, you can see that. Is that the way it is on the page too? Well, let's see. So this has a background image in here that is picking up. So what they do is they use tools and things to read this stuff. So that's a problem right there. You've got 14 contrast errors. One of them will get you sued or fined. The fines are $50,000 a pop. You've got suspicious alt text. That means the alt text is not set up correctly. And you can see, I mean, none of the images have the alt text set up correctly. You skipped heading tags in here. So when the screen reader reads, it reads in order, H1, H2, H3, H4, H5. So if you have an H5 and you have an H2 here, then that's going to mess up the screen reader when it's reading this stuff. Also, if you look over here, if a website takes 1 second to load, Google can't spider it. So you're getting killed on the spidering. If it takes more than 2.5 seconds, there's a ranking penalty. Google did a study that if a website takes just 3 seconds to load, it will lose 53% of its traffic. So this website is losing way over half its traffic because of the load time. This has to be under 1 second so Google can spider it, and this has to be under 2.5 to slow down the conversions and the other stuff. Again, this tool is only going to catch a couple of the problems, but this caught different problems from the other tool. Right here, we've got buttons that don't have a name on it, so you need to add a name on the button so that the ADA compliancy tools can read. You've got heading elements are not in substitute. This is the same problem. This is the H5. You've got H6, H6. These two should be okay because they're following the H5 unless they're not. But the heading tags have got to be in the correct order. And you've got errors. How many errors have we got here? We've got, holy cow, almost 1,000 errors on this page. So one error can prevent if you're a professional web developer, you should check your code to make sure there are no errors. It's just like when you write content, you check it. If you're translating somebody's content, you check it to make sure that it's correct, that there's no spelling errors. These are errors that they've made that they didn't even check. They didn't even bother to check to make sure there was no errors on here. So all those errors need to be fixed because one error can prevent it from working correctly in a device. And since these readers and things that they use for the the disability stuff, they can't read. One error can prevent it from working correctly. One error can block the search engines. I mean, these are some serious errors down in here. I'd go through and get all those errors fixed. For me, if you look right here, we've got our logo on the left side. You've got the text here. You've got the call to action right here. If we look, and also a lot of web designers are going to say, "I know it's impossible to not have to have error free." This is this website here. This website has 160,000 pages on it. Every one of them, none of them have errors on them. They're all ADA compliant. This has got long alternative text, so there's some alt text in here that's too long, and that's a warning, but that still needs to be fixed. That shouldn't be like that. It wasn't like that before. Not sure when that happened. And it gets 100% across the board here. The first content paint's in a second. The largest content paint's in 1.2. And this website here, the translation hadn't been set up yet, but it's got a button right here, and you just change it to whatever language. Well, it's two languages here, but like I said, it's not changing right now, but it's just because it's not set up yet. I'm working on this website. But again, you've got the logo on the left side, you've got the content here, and you've got the languages over here. So this is just, it's not designed correctly at all. I would redesign this whole thing, and I would put the English on one under one name and the Spanish under another. That way you've got two names, and this one probably doesn't do it. But the I've got some other websites, and what happens is when you change the language, it also changes the URL. But this one's not doing that because this one was never really meant to be in both languages. But usually what happens is it changes the URL too. So then you end up with two pages, and those pages matter because you're able to funnel the page rank back into the website and make it rank better for different keywords and everything. The way this website is set up right here, it would be really hard to get it to rank for any competitive keywords. And it's also very confusing. The text is kind of hard to read on this different color background. This website doesn't make me want to read it. When I land on it, my brain just kind of shuts down and says, hey, this is confusing, and it doesn't make me want to read it. I would redesign the website, and I would make it ADA compliant because you've got 380 lawsuits happening every month right now, and out of those 380 lawsuits that are happening, there are thousands, if not tens of hundreds of thousands of demand letters being sent out because what they do is they send a letter and they say, hey, listen, pay me $20,000 and I won't sue you, and then most people will settle on $5,000 or $10,000 to pay the person so they don't get sued. So there's a lot more demand letters going out than what is actually happening with the lawsuits. But the lawsuits are between $300 and $350 a month, right? 300 to 350 websites a month right now, and they go into the millions of dollars.